Saturday to you. Today is Saturday, January 26th, 2019. Our weather forecast for today is looking a little bit gloomy. We've got cloudy skies with showers prominent. Our chance of rain 60%. Winds are from the north-northeast at 10 to 20 miles an hour. Our high today reaching only 65 degrees. Overnight, we've got cloudy with occasional rain showers, and our low temperature near 65 degrees. Winds are still going to be from the north-northeast at 10 to 20 miles an hour, and again, 60% chance of rain overnight. So, going to have a lot of rain, a lot of clouds, and a lot of wind. The trifecta for not being great for fishing. But let's talk about what's going on in the fishing realm, because some of you might be diehards and you've got a few layers you can put on and you'll go brave it anyway. So we've got atmospheric pressure falling, going from 30.12 to 30.0. We'll have a little bit of sun peek through, maybe some in the afternoon, but again, a chance of rain high all during the daylight hours today. So UV index is going to be a 6, so definitely take precautions. Even though you're not going to have a lot of direct sunshine, you'll still be getting those UV rays coming through. Our water temperature back up to 73 degrees around the area. And if you're out on the boat, you got to be prepared for the swells. They're going to be over 3 feet most of the day. So just be careful. Make sure you've got all of your safety equipment and that you really know how to maneuver out in the waves, because that's critical to making sure you don't take on waters. Probably not the best conditions for novice boaters to be out. Our sunrise today is at 7:11 a.m. and sunset will be at 6:09 p.m. Our first high tide is at 1:32 a.m. and the next high tide will be at 2:07 p.m. The first low tide is at 7:30 a.m. and the next low tide is at 8:10 p.m. We've got 10 hours and 58 minutes of sunshine. We're getting very close to the 11-hour mark of sunshine, so we'll be hitting that very soon. And our solar transit today happens at 12:40 p.m. Our tidal coefficient is back down to a very average 69 today. That means that the lowest low tide is going to come in about 0.7 of a foot below sea level, and the highest high tide is going to be just over a foot above sea level. So that's where that tidal coefficient comes from. If we look over at our solunar chart for fishing activity, it's not a terrible day according to the solunar charts. It's just that those weather conditions are going to make it a little more miserable out on the water. So today we have an unusual phenomenon in that the major periods of solunar activity also both occur whenever the lunar transit and the sunrise are concurrent, and the opposing lunar transit and the sunset are concurrent. So both of those periods today are 3 fish activities. So let me tell you when they are. From 5:16 a.m. to 7:16 a.m. and then from 5:46 p.m. to 7:46 p.m. So both of them occurring in the dark today. Again, if you can find somewhere to fish where you're safe, even if you're fishing off a bridge or off land somewhere, you might be surprised at what you can catch. Minor periods today have 2 fish activity, and that's from 11:24 a.m. to 12:24 p.m. So if you're looking to head offshore, and again, the Gulf Stream is pushing slightly further offshore over the weekend, you're going to be looking at surface winds between 15 to 20 knots once you get out into the Gulf Stream, and waves can be increasing up to 2 to 3 feet out in the Gulf Stream. But again, you're talking about windy conditions, rain setting in, and just making sure you're completely aware of where you're going and what your environment is and what you're heading into so you're not caught by surprise. Don't want any surprises while you're out in the water. So no matter what happens on the water this weekend or the lack of activity on the water, there's a lot going on in town. So there's so many things to do, and honestly, there are so many people in town right now. So enjoy any of the activities that are indoors or any of the activities that are land-based, because you're going to be safest doing that. And no matter what, look, you've woken up this morning in the beautiful Florida Keys. You've got an entire weekend, almost 11 hours today of daylight to get out and enjoy it, to soak up some of the local culture and see some of the sights around. So it's really the perfect day to have the perfect day. This weather report is brought to you by 43 Keys Media. You can find out more about what's going on in our beautiful Florida Keys by visiting 43keys.com. You can find this program as an Alexa Flash Briefing, and you can also find other programs as an Alexa Flash Briefing. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us anywhere you listen to podcasts. So wherever you're listening, subscribe to never miss an episode. And then meet us over at 43keys.com.